Hey guys, welcome to the Mid-State League Weekly, covering Harvest Preparatory School Athletics. Keep you updated on all things Harvest Prep. And we'll be taking around the Mid-State League. I'm your host, Willie Stimmich. Today is Sunday, March 19th, 2017. Hey, give us a follow on Twitter at MSL Weekly and join the conversation. Send your emails. You could tweet the show, comments. You can hit me up on Instagram at Willie Stimmich Photography, on Facebook.com/WilliePics, Willie's Pics, that's short for pictures. Or drop me an email at mslweekly@gmail.com or infoforwillie@gmail.com. Our first segment, we'll be giving you some updates on Harvest Prep, how basketball season has ended, but we'll be updating you on that. The second segment, a few games around the league. And the third segment, we'll give you some announcements. And we're going to close this show out. So without further ado, let's just get into it. Hey, the last time Harvest Prep was on the basketball floor, they lost to Grove City Christian. So, their season is over. And just looking forward to next season. Hopefully, I think Harvest Prep only lost 3 seniors, so they should be fully stacked coming back with the addition of anybody else that comes to Harvest Prep. So just to give you a recap on last week. They took on Grove City Christian, and it was a sour ending as Grove City Christian earned a trip to Athens as they beat Harvest Prep. It was fueled by a pair of second and third quarter runs as Grove City Christian won his first district title, 64-60 over the Prep Warriors. Division 4 down there at Bloom Carroll. I think Brandon Baker led the charge with 17 points, and Matt Bailey had 14 in that contest. The Eagles took a 48-37 lead into the fourth quarter, thanks in part on the 8-0 run in the second quarter, followed by another 7-0 run in the third quarter. Noah Tomlinson chipped in with 8 fourth-quarter points. He scored 13 points. And Clayton Shoemaker, he scored 10 points with 7 rebounds. And Grove City Christian went on to Athens, Ohio to play in their regional semifinals. But Sol Hines is one of 4 players for Harvest Prep with at least 11 points. He led the team with 18. So that's how that Harvest Prep season ended. Those official scores: Matt Bailey 14, Brandon Baker 17, Noah Tomlinson had 13, Shoemaker had 10, Stevie Wyndham had 6, Brandon Balashan had 2, Hunter Oda had 2, and Harvest Prep leading scorer was Sol Hines, like I said, with 18 points. He shot 4 3-pointers in that game. Shaylin Wall had 14, Claudio Pena had 12, Christopher Anthony had 11, and everybody else was in single digits. So with that being said, Harvest Prep, great season. Nothing to hang your heads over. Good coach. Coach Dennis did a good job. He's always have Harvest Prep in some kind of tournament. But the big ones is the Schottenstein. We can get down there. That's how you win the big games. But great season. I mean, I was kind of like at every game. And Harvest Prep's only losing 3 seniors. Antoine Reynolds, 5'10" point guard, is graduating this spring, summer, what do you want to call it, at the end of the school year. Shaylin Wall is graduating. He's a senior, 5'10" guard. And Zaire Johnson is a senior. He's 6'3", and he's graduating. He didn't see that much time till late in the year, but he did a pretty good job. He's a pretty consistent player. So those are the 3 guys we're losing. But we should be pretty stacked next year. Sol Hines has a lot of experience. He started in his freshman season. He's just a sophomore this year. He'll be a junior next year. He's 6'3", 170, and he can really flat shoot the rock, man. So he'll be back. And Sean Peterson, he'll be a senior. He'll be a senior next year. He's 6'3", and he'll see a lot of time. Jamari Doe is a sophomore. He'll be a junior. He's 6'2", and he'll be back. Elijah Daniels, a junior. He's 5'10". He's going to give you a lot of production. I've seen this guy in JV, and he's he plays JV and varsity, so he is going to give you some good production. Javon Miller is a sophomore, 6'3". He's going to be a big factor in next year's next season. You have Levante Duncan. He's be a junior. He's 5'7". Christopher Anthony really surprised me. This guy's a freshman, but he played big boy basketball this year. I watched him. I watched him all summer in AAU ball at Buckeye Prep and a lot of other these different camps they had this summer. I didn't know who the guy was, so he got to Harvest Prep. I said, this guy is going to be the X factor. And he definitely was, man. I mean, he showed up on the big stage. And kudos to Christopher Anthony, if you're out there listening. He's a 6-foot freshman, 175, and he could flat shoot that three-pointer. He could flat put it up. And Claudio Pena, junior, 6'5", 170. He will be a real dominant guy next year. Trust me. I've seen this guy on the all-freshman team, and now he's on the varsity team, and now he's going for his senior year. So he should be in pretty good shape next year. Let me give a shout-out to the staff members of the Harvest Prep Warriors basketball team. Maurice Beals, assistant varsity. Quentin Aiden, good job. William Gray, good job with the JV and varsity. Rob Davis, what's up, Rob? Fred Hines, statistician. Ernest Wilder, Bobby Mitchell, James Goins, Lisa Briggs, scorekeeper, good job. Charlotte Peterson. Hey, kudos to you guys. Great season. Looking forward to seeing you guys next year and working with you guys next year in the basketball season next year. Shaylin Wall was a real productive player this year. I have to give him. He had torn ACL last year. Didn't really play that much, but this year he was a factor basically all year. I think only 3 of those games last year he didn't score over 10 points, and that was a game against Pottsgrove in Pennsylvania, which Harvest Prep won 71-65. Shaylin only had 8 points. And then they played Fisher Catholic and won 77-45. He only had 9 points. And they played Adena, and they beat Adena 69-55, and Shaylin only had 3 points. I wasn't there, so I don't even know what happened. That's not like the Shaylin Wall I know. Maybe they was getting other guys playing time. But his games, first game he went to Burn Union, he scored 20. Second game he played Fisher Catholic, he scored 24. That was a season high. That was a game high. They lost to Grove City Christian at home, but he scored 23. Against Horizon Science, he had 13. Against Tulsa, West Virginia, he had 23. Neshami, I guess that's what it is, in Pennsylvania, he scored 16. Hannibal River, he had 12. At Marlington, he had 24. At Fairfield Christian, he had 15. Burn Union, he scored 19 in that game. And then they went over to Grove City Christian, and they beat Grove City Christian in one overtime, and he had a season high, game high, 30 points. That's a lot of points. This guy, he played a all-around game. At St. Clairsville, he scored 18. Fairfield Christian, he scored 23. And at Trinity School, Indiana, he scored 24, but Harvest Prep beat those guys 113-25. I cannot believe I went down there and watched that type of performance. I mean, I look for effort. I'm not talking about Harvest Prep. I'm talking about Trinity School. Maybe they was outmatched. I don't know what the deal was, but 25 points, that's a first quarter score. But, you know, whatever. Shaylin scored 24 in that game, and the loss to Walnut Ridge, he scored 12 points. So great season for Shaylin Wall, and hopefully he's going to have a nice college career. And kudos to Shaylin Wall for that performance this year. Great job. And we're going to take a quick break. It's going to be like a short show because the Mid-State League is winding down. All we got now left is, I think, the baseball season is here. Games really don't start about next week. They have some scrimmage games, and then you got track and field, and then you have graduation, and we're going to take a good summer off, and then we're going to kick it back in when the preseason football games start for the Mid-State League. So, guys, we're going to jump out here for just a second, take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll take you around the league. We only have one game this year around the league, so we'll take you around the league and we'll update you on what happened. So, with that being said, this is the Mid-State League Weekly. Hey, I'm Willie Stimmich. All right, guys, welcome back to the Mid-State League Weekly. Hey, give us a follow on Twitter at MSL Weekly. Send me a tweet. Send me an email. We want to know what you're thinking, how you're thinking. Am I doing all right? What's your comments? If you want to just tweet some information about your school, about the like Burn Union, Fisher Catholic, Bedford Christian, Grove City Christian, Harvest Prep. I love to have all the information I can get to make a great show. That's how I do my prep work. I prep for each show. I search each school, get your key information, and I kind of bring it across the social media so everybody can be updated on the Mid-State League. Okay, guys, let's just get into this. We'll get into this last segment. Let's just take this second segment. We'll just go take the second segment and. It's about Grove City Christian, the school that beat Harvest Prep. They went down to Athens, and they played Portsmouth Clay, and that was a good game. I mean, I wanted Grove City to represent the Mid-State League, and they did. After they beat Harvest Prep, only thing left was to go represent the Mid-State League well, and they did. They came up short in 2 overtimes. They fall in double overtime to Portsmouth Clay. So, and I got this story from Steve Blackledge, the Columbus Dispatch. So it says Grove City Christian came into a Division IV regional semifinal Tuesday. It was against Portsmouth Clay. Clay had 3. By the end of one of his wildest imaginary games that ever had. This was a wild game. This is a really interesting game. Portsmouth Clay making his first trip to the region since 1969. That's a long time. They rallied from 14 down. I mean, Grove City had those guys. They went into the locker room, and I'm gonna break it down. I was actually listening to it on Grove City Christian's radio station. And they had these guys going into half. They just, Portsmouth Clay just started chipping, and Grove City would start, making ill-advised fouls, reaching ticky-tack fouls, and some of the guys for Grove City Christian fouled out, but I'll say some of the other, like Brandon Baker, Clayton Shoemaker, those guys stepped up big time, and they scored big-time buckets when they really needed them. So, but Portsmouth Clay rallied from a 14 points down to edge the first-time qualifier, Grove City Christian, 100-97. This is a high school game. 100-97 in double overtime before a juiced-up crowd at the Ohio University Convocation Center. The Eagles had opportunities to make it all Franklin County region final, but for the 4th year in a row, but couldn't convert last-second shots at the end of regulation and at the first overtime. Then they missed 4 straight free throws. I can tell you, Matt Bailey, I don't know if he was tired, but he could not bend his legs on the free throw line. His free throws was flat. He missed like 6 free throws. Just imagine if they had 6 free throws made, they would have won this game. They would have won this game 103 to 100. But you got to make your free throws. That's why they call them free throws. They're free. They don't cost you anything. You get there and shoot it. You got no hands in your face. You got to make your free throws. But they missed some critical free throws down the stretch. in the last 48 seconds. And in second overtime, 2 shots in the final 8 seconds wouldn't fall for Klay. And they went to his 21st consecutive, they wouldn't fall. And Klay went home with his 21st consecutive victory. Every mistake we made, they capitalized on. That's what Grove City Christian coach Chris Timlin said. And as we made way more mistakes than they did, Portsmouth Klay really made one big shot when they needed it. Hats off to them. Cameron King was the leader. He scored 27 points. Cole Gillen had 23. Brody Rife had 20. And Nate Hines had 18. The lead Klay, which cut into a 10-point deficit with a strong fourth quarter. Even when we were up and we managing foul troubles, they made everything cautious in containing their shots and going for rebounds. Brandon Baker led the Grove City Christian Eagles with 22 points, and he had 12 rebounds. Matt Bailey had 19 points, 7 rebounds, 5 steals, and Braylon Balashon had 17 points. He was big time. He was big time late in that overtime, but there's one shot, they didn't have enough. And kudos to those guys, though. I suppose after being in a couple of or 3 games this exciting in my career, but what makes this unique and incredible, though, is the reality that we're finished. Timlin said, this is a senior-oriented team, and I've grown very close to those kids. It's a difficult pill to swallow, and I guess that's how Harvest Prep felt when Grove City beat us. And I couldn't believe it, but it happened, and they really played their butts off down in Athens, but they came up short. Some of the stats, Matt Bailey had 19, Brandon Baker had 22, Oda Hunter had 12, Noah Tomlinson had 13, Alex Seamer had 2, Stevie Winham had 5, Clayton Shoemaker was 7, and Brandon Balashon had 17. And for Portsmouth Klay, Klein had 4, Rife had 20, Gillen had 23, King had 27, Hines had 18, and Williams had 8. It was 42-31 Grove City at halftime. And then even coming out of the second half, Grove City Christian went on a run and made it 47-33 with about 5:16 to go in the third. They was on a good little run. And then and the score became 64-63 with 5:15 to go in the fourth. That's when the turning point happened. Shoemaker picked up his 5th foul about 4:57 in the fourth, and he was done. And so Klay had his first lead with 4 minutes to go in the game, but Noah Tomlinson fouled out with 2:25 in the fourth, and the score was 72-71 Klay. And then Brandon Balashon hit 3 big 3-point shots late at about 1:20 to go in the first intermission to pull it close. The score was 74-73. Grove City had the lead. And then Hunter Older, he took a steal and went down and gave it to Matt Bailey, and he scored, and Grove City took the lead. But Matt Bailey missed 2 free throws. They could have made it 86-84, but it's 84-84 with 39 seconds to go in the second overtime. And Matt Bailey picked up his 4th foul about 6 minutes to go in the fourth. And Klay then had the momentum, and Klay started to put their foot on the gas. And I think Noah Tomlinson picked up 2 quick fouls in the first quarter, and he had to really sit. And then in the third quarter, before halftime, he picked up a little ticky-tack foul. He just reached in. That's why what happens when you don't move your feet. You just reach, and then he picked up a quick foul for about a minute 30 to go before halftime. So he had 3 fouls before halftime. And then Clay Shoemaker picked up 2 fouls in the second quarter. So they was really getting in foul trouble. And then, and like I said, they just didn't have enough juice to hang with Portsmouth Klay. It was a good game, but they ran out of gas. A lot of fouls, a lot of people fouling out. And Chris Timlin had a short bench, had to use some of his bench, and some of your key players were sitting out because of foul trouble. So, with that being said, that's the season for Grove City Christian. There was no other mid-state league games going on. So, kudos to Grove City Christian, way to represent. Kudos to Harvest Prep. Great season. We're looking forward to next season. Rebuilding mode. Reload. So looking forward to seeing you guys next year. Hey, let's jump off here, take a quick break, and we come back. We're gonna be wrapping it up. So stay tuned. This is the Mid-State League Weekly. My name is Willie Stimmich, and we'll be right back. Hey guys, we're back, and thank you guys for jumping back on board. Hey, we're about to close it out, so let's get right with it. Let's get down with some announcements and close this thing out as we go around the Mid-State League. I had all Mid-State League team, first team, second team, still looking for some answers, so hope you guys can help me out. You can tweet me at MSL Weekly, or just go to my personal Twitter page at Willie Stimmich. Let's put together this Mid-State League team, all first team, all second team. Here's your nominees. Burn Union, Brandon Little, Chase McCarty. Fisher Catholic, Zach Vogel, Zach Schaeffel, and Logan Loy. Harvest Prep, Shaylin Wall, C.J. Anthony, C.J. Pena, and Antoine Reynolds. Grove City Christian, Matt Bailey, Brandon Baker, Clayton Shoemaker, and Noah Tomlinson. Millersport, Zane Purvis, Steve Shalou, and Stephen Berry. And for Fairfield Christian, Caleb Collins, Connor Stevens, Luke Cummer, and Levi Bailey. Give us a follow. Give me some. Put together that team and send it by email. Tweet the show. Put together that team. Your first team and your second team. If you know anything about the Mid-State League, you know these guys. You've seen them play all the time. So put together that team and let me see what we're talking about, and we'll go from there. Hey, some of your announcements from around the league for Harvest Prep: varsity baseball versus Follow Way. That game will be on March 21st. I think that's on a Tuesday, and then on a Wednesday, March 23rd. I guess that's Wednesday. That's on a Thursday, March 23rd. Northridge, they will be away with a scrimmage, varsity baseball, and March 25th, track and field versus Trotwood Madison, Lavona Martin, Randy Wagner Invitational for the girls. And March 25th, varsity fast pitch softball versus East Knox. That game will be away. For Burn Union on Monday, March the 20th, the varsity boys baseball will be home against Benton County High School at 5:30. For Grove City Christian, I don't see any announcements for Grove City Christian. For Fairfield Christian, Monday, March the 20th, varsity baseball, we have a game at 4:30. Wednesday, March 22nd, the 8th grade girls softball game will be at 5:15. And Thursday, March the 23rd, varsity baseball boys will be playing baseball here at 5:15, and you can contact each one of these schools for further information about these games. All right, some of the other announcements for Fairfield Christian, for Fisher Catholic, they're still having the annual fund giving. If you want to give to help this cause, grounded in faith, growing to serve, your donation will help keep the the Fisher Catholic legacy deeply rooted in our community. Your participation is greatly appreciated and valuable. So contact the Fisher Catholic office if you want to give to this tremendous program. Okay, I think that's about it, guys. Let me give you the rundown for high school basketball boys. The girls' state is over. They played their last 4 games yesterday, Saturday at the Shot. I got a chance to get down and watch a couple of those games. Archbishop Alter and I watched Hathaway Brown and Alpha Century got bounced. They left early. Early departure is not like that program. That program is usually always down there. But I watched a lot of the just little girls basketball. But the boys, here's how they stack up for the Ohio High School State Basketball Tournament at the Schottenstein Center starting Thursday through Saturday. Your Thursday games. Let me look at this Thursday lineup. Warrison will be playing Eastmoor, Division II. Warrison will play at Eastmoor Academy at 10:45. St. Vincent St. Mary will take on Trotwood Madison Thursday, the 23rd at 2 p.m. And then your late games, Division IV, St. John will be taking on Cleveland Heights Lutheran at 5:15, and Wellington will be taking on Lima Perry at 8:30. Those are your Thursday games. Your Friday games, Pickerton Central will take on Archbishop Moeller, Cincinnati Moeller, at 5:25 p.m., and Lakewood St. Edwards will take on Massillon Jackson at 8:30. And then Cleveland Villa Angela St. Joseph will be taking on Fairfield. I guess that's Fairfield. March 24th at 10:45. And then Roger Bacon will be taking on Archibald at 2 p.m. So these are your 8 games that's going to be played Thursday and Friday. I guess they are Thursday and Friday. And then all your championship games will be Saturday, 10:45, 2 p.m., 5:30, and 8:30. So those are your lineups for your high school basketball. Hey guys, great guys. Thank you for jumping in. Thank you for tuning in. Thank the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Good to see Dr. Dan Ross Saturday. He's looking pretty good. He said thank you for all your prayers. Got a chance to talk to him on Saturday. He looks pretty good. So thank you, Dan Ross, for all you do. So we're about to get out of here. So something I wanted to, let me see. My mind is going. I'm trying to think of something I wanted to share with you guys, but don't know what it is, so I'll share it with you next time. Hey, this has been the Mid-State League Weekly. Thank you guys for tuning in, and tune in next Sunday, at 9 p.m. For your next podcast. Hey guys, have a great week. We'll see you on the next podcast.